What's going on? Welcome to Totally Blitz Podcast. You're stepping into the motherfucking Fight Club. And first rule of Fight Club is always go down, like, and subscribe. And the second rule of Fight Club is go fuck yourself if you didn't do that for us and yourself. But we're recapping UFC Orlando, Thompson versus Holland. And these are your hosts for the show. I'm Paul Pick and Win. I'm Contra, the sports encyclopedia, the drunk gambler. And I'm joined with
You already know, man. It's your favorite street fight enthusiast, your boy Kev. I love to watch him fight support.
man. And we had some
Well,
fights
man,
this weekend.
there were some great ass fights, but I want to low key watch. Don't mind me, my third stab. But I low key want to talk about well, last time the UFC was in Orlando, so 7 years ago, RDA was the headliner for UFC Orlando versus Cowboy. Then there was Nate Diaz versus, I'm guessing, Rumble Johnson. But the prelims is where the hitters were at. You had Charles Oliveira versus some dude named Jury. Shevchenko versus Kaufman. Usman versus Edwards won. Hassan versus Luque. If you watch the Ultimate Fighter with Usman on it, you know that was on the Ultimate Fighter fight that was very close. And then Francis Ngannou versus Enrique, and I'm like, that's crazy. This was like December 19th, 7 years ago. So many hitters. I was thinking, like, I'm low-key might start watching the prelims now, just because I would hate to miss out on future champions.
And that's where the prelims lie, bro. Like not this week. I mean, there's Nathan Levy who's 8-1, but other than that, there wasn't too many young talented guys. Next week at 282, there's gonna be some real deal future guys that are gonna be on the prelims, and like the showcase fights for these prelim guys. Sometimes you gotta tune in to get on the train early.
And I want to say Jason Miller is on here, but I could be wrong. Or Jim Miller, whoever the one is
Jim
that lives
Miller,
in
OG.
I want to say he's on here too. Like, there's big dogs on here.
Well, on
So
here, I
yeah,
mean,
that was 7 years ago.
it was a 6 fights in a row where the underdog had won on this card. It was something
That's
like if you would
crazy.
have bet $100 on this underdogs to win, it was Anders, Philip Rowe, Angela Hill, Clay Guda, the vet, the Michael Johnson, the vet. If you would have bet your money on them boys, you would have bet 100 and you would have won like $43,000.
Wow.
No one had that ticket, but that's just crazy. Like the UFC, the underdogs always be barking sometimes, bro.
But that's a blast from the past, man. Let's talk UFC Orlando 2022. They really came in our neck of the woods, Paul. I didn't appreciate that. And it was a
And
good card. What I
And
heard.
yeah, it was definitely great. There's so many knockouts and like the whole main card all finishes, I believe, too. Jack Hermanson getting KO'd by Doletzi, and like I thought Hermanson was probably winning the fight early on before the KO.
I heard, right? So you got to remember, I didn't watch any of these fights. I was at a ball. And I wish we could post a picture of my fit because, boy, I was clean. I'm going to send it to you and see if you can put it on the
Free.
thumbnail.
Okay.
But motherfucking, I heard that Jack Manson was doing his thing. And I heard that he's a grappler, right? So the dumbest thing in the world you could ever do is tell him not to go for a takedown. But he went for one takedown, and they said that was kind of the tides of the turn.
Yeah, and then Doletzi just didn't let up. Like after that, it was it.
Obviously, I was like, how you have 3 submission attempts and no takedowns? Are you trying to elevate or something?
I mean, and Doletzi's only has one loss in the UFC total 12-1. Like Hermanson 23-8. I kind of refer to him as the gatekeeper of the division because he loses against the top guys. And Doletzi kind of looks legit for a 12-1 fighter. Like he's another one of these younger guys. He's on the main card now. Now we're gonna start seeing his name involved in some of the bigger fights of the division.
Oh, all right.
This is probably my favorite fight on the card. Tuivasa versus Sergey Pavlovich. And Pavlovich, man, he is just an unstoppable fucking machine. Like I thought Tuivasa had a chin and could maybe he does have a chin, and it just proves how powerful Pavlovich is because man, he was laying some haymakers and dropped him. Then he got back up, dropped it. Like it was just bad, and it was over in less than a minute.
I feel like that's how Ty Tuivasa likes it. He doesn't like going to other rounds. He wants to knock it out right then and there because both of them boys came out banging. This was a real anything could have happened fight. So, but it's crazy to see the difference in skill in Pavlovich because like this is number 5 in the division. Like we just watched Ty Tuivasa fight Cyril Gane and think like, yo, that was awesome.
Back and
He's a
forth
warrior.
haymakers.
So just to see motherfucker Pavlovich kind of decimate him the way he did is insane. In less than a minute, that's insane.
Tai Tuivasa landed 2 strikes to Pavlovich's 23.
That's insane.
Yeah, like he's just a motherfucking different breed right now. Like who at heavyweight, it's so crazy because fucking but it's so crazy to think because Tuivasa, not Tuivasa, but Pavlovich, he's beat Derek Lewis, he's beat Tai Tuivasa now. Tom Aspinall's hurt. Maybe he fights Curtis Blades, and we get to see him against a wrestler, and we get to see if his style is going to work against a takedown guy. But maybe he'll fight Cyril Gane. But the only people he can fight from here on out is like Gane and Blades, or maybe even Nagano or Jones. Who knows? But Nagano just picked the worst time possible to be holding up the division with his injury and the belt status and the contract status. Like this is the most relevant heavyweight's been in years, and we just don't have an active champion.
And they're not gonna put the interim out. It was crazy.
And then John Jones is even making a stab at it too. So it's just like Nagano, like heal up. I don't know what up. Like it's been a while. I feel like we've been saying he's hurt for a long time now. Like what's going on? That's what everyone else saying.
He might have put a Michael Thomas that got a surgery late on purpose.
Then our next fight, RDA beating Brian Barberena, in a rear naked choke, second round. I mean, Barberena had more total strikes. RDA had the more significant strikes, but RDA just controlled it. Like he'd take him down. That was his mission, I feel like, since the jump. He shot 6 takedowns, got 4 of them, controlled it for 6 minutes out of not even 2 whole rounds. 2 submission attempts. Like the whole fight was him trying to win. Like we thought it was gonna be a standing war fight because our RDA likes to brawl with people, but RDA looks focused. He doesn't look like he has time to mess around. His window for another title shot is real close right now. So I think he's just like get these people out of my way. And it's crazy. Maybe we'll see RDA fight for a title again.
Yeah, he called out Conor, man.
Oh, Conor, I don't know, but Conor don't look like I know he's a welterweight now, and like RDA is a welterweight now, but I still don't know if Conor can make 170. You seen how big he looks?
I don't know, man. RDA might keep eating for him.
RDA, I mean, RDA would do it too. That's a lot of money in the bank.
I think if anybody gets that fight, though, it's Michael Chandler, though.
Michael Chandler is a lightweight. I just don't think he'll make that 150. If he's not making 170, I don't think he's making 155 at all.
I think them boys is going up. Them boys is willing to go up and fight him because like you can't put him against nobody too crazy. You don't want him to get buzzed.
That's true. And whoever takes that fight, they'll want that. Like it's a big money fight, no matter what. And Michael Chandler is definitely willing for that after coming off the Poirier fight.
Oh yeah.
But I want to see Barberena again. I thought he was gonna pick up the Thanos Infinity Stones of OG fighters, beating all the OGs.
I heard they got put in a bunch of uncomfortable places. Like he didn't really know how to get out of them, so he didn't really capitalize.
Yeah, I'm saying Barberena is definitely just a pure striker kind of guy, and RDA is a refined he's refined in BJJ, he's refined in Muay Thai. Like he definitely he can do both worlds.
Mm-hmm.
But on to the main event, welterweight clash as well. Wonderboy Thompson getting the 4th round TKO, KO, doctor stoppage, the corner calling it quits, whatever you want to call it, over Kevin Holland. I thought it was a pretty even fight back and forth. Kevin Holland had the first early round looking good. Then Stephen Thompson was kind of hitting some fucking significant strikes. There's a couple of high fucking head kicks that it looked like prime Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Like I was like, oh shit, like he's looking kind of young and spry still. But Kevin Holland's team did call it quits because of a broken hand, which we all think happened in the first round.
I respect the man. I didn't. If you didn't tell me how old Thompson Steve Wonderboy was, I would not have known that. Just the way he just stayed consistent. His strikes were crisp, and he took a lot of damage. Like there were a couple, but he dished out a lot because there's so many good kicks, question mark kicks, roundhouse kicks that really left that really threw back Kevin Holland. But damn, there's no way you could have told me he was however old he was just looking at him fight right now.
Yeah, bro, and that's what I was saying. Like, I just don't know what Wonderboy we were gonna get. I still took him, but I was like, this could have been a Wonderboy that hasn't fought in over a year, that's just kind of been dilly dallying, or a Wonderboy that's been training. And it definitely looked like that motherfucker's been training.
Hell yeah.
I want to see where they go from here because Holland didn't look bad. He just broke his hand. So, like, I know he's going to count as an L on his record. I just want to see what they're like. Holland might fight a similar competition next. Who knows who? I want to see how long it takes for his hand to repair as well. But Wonderboy, I mean, he got a good win here. He's another guy in the welter. Maybe he fights RDA next, like to see who moves up even higher in the welterweights.
On the freestyle bender reaction, they said Izzy was calling Kevin Holland a crackhead. Like you can't knock out a crackhead because I believe it. Because I think especially around 4, he was taking some terrible shots, like shots that do a lot of dudes in. But he's a performer. He came out to motherfucking wild crowd.
He definitely did. But shit, that was the whole. I'm about to say, you got any final comments on this card?
We should have knew we couldn't trust Kevin Holland when he came out with the cut, the half done, half like one bro. I should have known he couldn't be trusted. He didn't know how he wanted to come.
He was still was it what Kendrick Lamar say? I was conflicted.
No, I was conflicted. Misusing my influence.
Yeah, you felt influence.
This is motherfucking Batman.
Yeah, he doesn't know which Batman he was. Was he Adam West, Mike Keaton, Christian Bale?
He was Bruce. He tried to be Bruce Wayne, but he didn't have the money. He was like, "Whoa, where my bitch at?"
He ended up like fucking Butler.
I'm crying. But hey, man, that's UFC Orlando, boy. They really came in our neck of the woods, Paul. Appreciate this.
At the Amway.
Mm-hmm. Wonderboy put on a good performance. So many crazy kicks. I bet you could hear them bitches in person.
Pavlovich is the real fucking deal. We can't I never doubted him, but there's no way you can doubt him now. RDA is looking like he still has another title run in him if he can get his shot.
Yeah, this was a really good fight night card.
But as always, we gotta go so we can always get y'all some more. But this has been Paul Pickle, Winham Concha, that boy Kev, Waterboy Savoy. This was UFC Orlando. When we don't mind telling you, if you already don't know, that you's a bitch.